Basti Hazrat Nizamuddin is an urban village located in central Delhi surrounding the final resting place of Hazrat Nizamuddin, the great Sufi saint of the 13th century. The Basti, which existed even during the lifetime of the Sufi saint, has grown around the mausoleum and today lies encapsulated between Mathura Road on the east, Lala Lajpat Rai Road on the west, Lodi Road on the north, and Baba Banda Singh Bahadur Road on the south. The Basti is home to approximately 15,000 residents, predominantly belonging to the two segments traders and self employed, who would be classified as belonging to low and middle income groups, and the other segment of marginalized day laborers, domestic help, hawkers, and many more. Due to the presence of mausoleum of the Sufi saint, the Basti grew in importance as pilgrims from around the world would visit for paying their respect to the saint. This led to continuous influx of people from many parts of India, mostly northern and eastern regions. With growth of the Basti as a major pilgrim center, many people associated with the trades catering to the pilgrims mushroomed and grew roots in the area. The flower sellers, attarwalas, chadarwalas, eateries offering cheap food, cooks, and many more made the Basti their home. The Basti, where one could get generous alms and food from the pilgrims and shelter, attracted a large number of poor, marginalized, and destitute women, men, and children from the states of Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, and Jharkhand. A constant inflow of such sustenance seekers continues to reach the Basti every day. A sizable population of the Basti comprises of migrants from these states. These poor families left their villages in search of livelihood and better opportunities. However, life in a metro is an uphill struggle. Not being literate and skilled, they live with low paying work such as domestic help, daily wage earners, rickshaw pullers, auto drivers, hawkers, or work in the eateries and other workshops. After paying for rent for small tenements in the slum, they are left with hardly any surplus to spare for education, health, or nutrition of their children. Living conditions in the Basti is abysmal, with slum-like dwellings made of bricks standing so closely that the sun rays never reach most of the homes. Extremely narrow lanes, barely sufficient for two persons to walk side by side, dark alleys, and small dwelling places, mainly of 100 square feet, where on an average 4 to 5 members of the family live, sleep, cook, study, and play. This is the condition of the Basti. Any given day, one could see children wandering about aimlessly and young boys forced into menial work and girls into marriage. The illiterate poor parents, and in many cases single parents, earn their livelihood by doing work of domestic help and other menial jobs. These socio-economic conditions impact the children and youth the most. School dropouts, unemployment, and unskilled persons is a common sight here. Girls are married off at a young age, leading to poor maternal health. Low literacy levels lead to low income jobs, which has an adverse impact on education, nutrition, and recreational facilities for the children. The youth are unable to get a proper or good job and end up in jobs like their parents. Though being at the center of the city capital, the Basti never received the importance from either the Delhi Development Authority, the municipal corporation, or the state government, which amply shows in the rundown condition, open drains, heaps of garbage, claustrophobic homes, and buildings standing cheek by jowl, dark and dingy, where sun rarely finds its way. Lack of civic amenities, proper education, and health facilities have also bypassed the Basti. While the neighboring Nizamuddin West is home to the rich and the famous, a stone's throw away the Basti is abode of the marginalized and poor.
challenges are the part of the function of this office, because we target the poorest people, okay, and poorest and homeless people. And I must tell you that it is very, very difficult to work with this kind of people, because they have no understanding. They do not want to understand. They do not want to look forward. They are only concerned about 2 meals per day. So from there, we want to change their attitude. We want to develop positive attitude. We want to develop skills among them. We want their children to be educated. So we have been successful over the years. I can say that around 16 to 1700 children have been mainstream. Okay, so around 1800 girls who have passed their secondary and senior secondary examinations, and many of them are now pursuing their post-graduation as well. Okay, when you work in the social sector, in particular this kind of population, success and failure is part of that. But I must tell you that we have been able to overcome through our experiences all these problems. But we have learned a lot of lessons as well, and we use those lessons for the benefit of our.
The Hope Project brings an array of hope in the lives of these underprivileged by catering to the segment of the Basti population. The program has been developed catering to the specific needs of the target population in 10 areas of education, childcare, healthcare, vocational training, career counseling, and thrift and credit. Pir Vilayat Inayat Khan was a teacher of meditation and of the traditions of Sufism. His teaching derived from the tradition of his father, Hazrat, founder of the Sufi order in the West, combined with Western culture. Moved by the extreme poverty of the people living near the mausoleum of his father, Hazrat Inayat Khan, he envisioned a program which would enable the poor to help themselves. Guided by the spiritual ideals of Hazrat Inayat Khan, the Hope Project is driven by the spirit of service to humanity and respect for all religions. It strives to provide people, especially the poor and vulnerable, with opportunities and resources so they can realize their hidden potential and determine their own future.
A girls' non-formal school, particularly for those girls who have never been to school or who have been dropped out due to socio-economic reasons. Normally they are above 11 and 12. But we always target that when they reach the puberty and when they are going through several changes, that's the most vulnerable period for them. And at that particular point of time, if they are not attended by their parents or guardians, or if they are taken for accompanying their guardians or mothers for domestic help, their vulnerability increases, the risks increases, and therefore what we do, we identify these kind of girls, we bring them under the roof of Hope, and then we have a girls' non-formal school in which within 7 years they complete their senior secondary examination.
The Girls' Non-Formal School is a learning facility for students who are dropouts or those who have failed 10th or 12th board examinations from regular schools. Classes are grouped at 8 levels: P1 to P3, pre-bridge, bridge, open basic, secondary, and senior secondary. The school follows the NIOS pattern, which is the National Institute of Open Learning, for academics. The objective is to provide education as per the learning capacity of students. Girls in the age group of 10 to 22 years are enrolled under GNFS.
It's a non-formal kind of education, but they have a uniform, they have to come to school regularly, there is a prayer, there are classes, there are teachers for subject teachers for. At the same time, we have different programs. We have excursion for the children, okay, for the girls especially. We have computer classes for the girls, we have vocational training for the girls. So during that period, they are engaged in several programs which are meaningful for them. So just to create an interest in that, in education. So then also we help them for higher education, also we help them for getting jobs. See what happens that once the girls are with us, their age at marriage is increased. Okay, their understanding level is increased. They could rationally analyze things because we have also infused all these things with our curriculums. So that makes a lot of difference. And if you see our pre-primary school, majority of them are first generation learners. But the way they come here, neatly dressed, clean and all, and they have different kind of timetables, and ultimately these children become so responsible, so organized, and they become the teachers for their mothers who come from a very, very, very different background. But these children, when they are mainstream, they have no inferiority complex because they remember their school, which is far, far better when they go to the other schools. So, that way we try, to institutionalize components in our education program so that mainstreaming is not a problem for this kind of. And conducive environment has been created in the whole project where children, they are eager to learn. A learning environment has been created. We have a well-equipped library also, and we try to, create habit of reading among the children, among the young adults. Once the children they start reading, they will do better in their life. They will do
The
better
well
in their
equipped
life.
library at Hope Project is a place for GNFS girls, vocational training students, and support class students to spend their time in gaining knowledge. The place exhibits a peaceful and learning environment for students who are deprived of learning spaces back home. The library also doubles up as a place for conducting various workshops for students as well as teachers. The Hope Project's pre-primary school is an initiative through which children between 3 to 5 years are groomed to make them suitable for formal schooling. The program attempts to provide basic, minimum social and developmental skills to the children. The experienced teaching staff teach reading and writing readiness in English and Hindi, and basic arithmetic is also taught. Support classes are conducted at Hope to assist regular school-going children with their studies, adult literacy, and adolescent boys appearing in secondary and senior secondary examinations through open schooling. Regular sessions are held in the evening for subjects such as English, mathematics, and social sciences to clarify doubts. Support classes are beneficial for financially unstable families who can't afford private tuition. It also aims at making children self-dependent in doing homework and gain fluency in English and Hindi communication.
आपको एक पिक्चर दिखाकर आपसे पूछेंगे कि ये वर्ड्स आपको क्या-क्या इस पिक्चर में दिखते हैं, आप उन वर्ड्स को बताइए। ठीक है, इसको पढ़ने का तरीका क्या है? आप ये इस लाइन से जाइए और इस वर्ड को पढ़ेंगे। ठीक है?
We name it support classes. There we focus is on the language development, language learning, as well as the gaps in knowledge. If they lose something in the government schools or any other schools they are going, we try to fill in the gaps so that they are not dropped out. We prevent dropout among these school-going boys and girls. So, and then in the late evening we have a program called Apprentice, where the working men and women, they come to attend educational program. They may be at the age of 18 to 20, 21, 30, 40, of any age. So they come here and they attend education program, and they also, at the level of when they come here, they're totally illiterate. But when they go from here, they are literate, they are educated, and they also have appeared in the secondary and senior secondary examination as well. So the whole focus, we believe in the Hope Project that the education can only change the lives of people.
Hazrat Inayat Khan Creche, run from the project building in the Basti, caters to the needs of working parents in the Basti. Most families are engaged in their daily work life from morning till evening. However, they don't have the option of leaving their kids alone at home. Parents usually work menial jobs such as rag pickers, shop assistants, rickshaw pullers, auto drivers, or mechanics, hence lacking the financial capability to offer regular daycare services. The children up to the age of 5 years, including newborns, are taken care of by the creche. Kids are taken care of by the staff members and lady supervisors. At the creche, regular health checkups are conducted, immunization, weight, and height records are maintained, children are taken on tours to museums and parks, and regular nutritious meals are provided to the children. The Hazrat Inayat Khan Health Center aims to provide quality health to the deprived and vulnerable in the project areas. Since many residents of the Basti cannot afford health care, they reach out to the Hope Project to be treated. Family health cards are issued to the beneficiaries. These health cards can be used to avail facilities such as general OPD, specialist, eye care, dental care, and TB clinic. A team of eye specialists from AIIMS, which is the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, visit once a week to screen patients for cataract surgery. OPD is also available for all patients. They can acquire regular health checkups. The elderly and homeless are specially taken care of. In coordination with DOTS, patients are identified with TB and assisted in continuing regular treatment. The Hope Project also runs a kitchen and bakery center which provides simple and nutritious food to all students at a nominal price. The cooking unit also trains young students in bakery and cooking. Cutting and stitching courses help women to start their own tailoring work. Many girls and women utilize this skill to save up on money by stitching their own clothes. Their skills also come in handy for preparing bags, patches, and sachets for special Sufi events. The computer lab is utilized for providing computing skills to youngsters. From being taught how to use elementary functions such as Paint, search engines, presentations, etc., students have also been taught advanced functions such as Photoshop CS6 and languages of C and C++.
A lot of challenges. Every day is a challenge for us. What happens, let me give you an example. You will find many times that the woman is just standing in front of Dargah with a child on her lap. You know what happens when they migrate to Delhi in search of their livelihood, many times the husband, they desert their wives and they are not traceable. So it becomes so difficult to convince that woman with a child on her lap to bring it to the Hope, to bring to the Hope Project, to get them to the Hope Project so that we can help them. Because they feel that the child who is on her lap, he or she is the most security for her. So yes, we have our outreach workers. We have other people here who knows about hope. So they get the message through them, and then they come here, and then we then we look after the child, and we find a job for the women, because there are many women who are like that, who have come here and for a domestic help or any kind of job, and then they become the member of the self-help group as well. So it's an integrated approach. It's not so easy the way I explain. You know, the challenges are there, and I cannot explain you the kind of challenges, because they are fearful, they are insecure, they do not want to participate, and they feel that's an easy way to earn something. We have never been donors driven, as I told you. If there is a need, we try to address that need with the participation of the beneficiaries. Unless the beneficiaries participate in the program, no program can ever be sustained. So we have always ensured that the participation of the beneficiaries will be there when we start any kind of programs to solve the problems of the people. The people have to solve their problems, and we are not going to solve the problems. We are only facilitating the process of solving the problems. Today, we can say that the community owns Hope Project. We have to really go to the community to tell them what we are doing. Then nowadays, the community comes to us for any kind of programs, any kind of projects, any kind of assistance. So it's an ownership which but it was not so easy. It had taken 35, 36 years to reach this level.
My interactions with the beneficiaries, students, children, and residents of the Basti establishes the fact that the Hope Project is providing them with the right kind of help, assistance, and facilities, which goes a long way in alleviating a substantial amount of their worries and hardships. The years of service provided in the field of primary education and non-formal girls' education has yielded good results, which shows in some of the success stories of the beneficiaries who are now confident young men and women living a purposeful life in various fields. These young men and women have certainly become contributing members of the community and a shining example for the young. The project has not only been successful in bringing the marginalized onto a path that brings them a better future, but also brought about change in the mindset of parents who have generally been very apprehensive about how education and vocational training is going to help them when their immediate need is to earn money. Their apprehension is compounded also because they are worried about taking up additional financial burden, which usually comes when a child starts going to school. The project has again been successful in removing their fears by ensuring the parents are not burdened by expenses for education of their children. The healthcare center has been very successful in providing medical care to the needy in a timely manner, which ensures that the patients remain in healthy condition to earn a livelihood for their family and remain active for a longer time. The initiative taken by Hope Project has majorly benefited many individuals who are leading more comfortable and progressive lives. The action for change and deep-seated ideals of empowerment has touched upon many lives and continues to do so.